undefeated on Control, where Lucky Future are 1-1. So we could see that come into play here as we finally roll out.
Hey,
it is actually
3-3.
Village, and like I said, yeah, 3-3 across the board.
Yeah, not at all surprised by these choices like we talked about in, you know, the pre-game talk there, 10, and Lucky Future, they have kind of taken control of the point first, so Team CC will need to find a way.
Yeah, and you can see just Lucky Future existing on the point early, getting all
Nice
the shields
bubbles.
out. Yeah,
Look
but
at
they're
Mellow.
out early.
Mellow already up to that very high charge, but so is IHU. Both these Zaryas, again, doing great job with those bubbles. We talked about that in the pregame, right? So important. Mellow already to that 100%, trying to build up to that Graviton Surge. He has pulled pretty far ahead, but no, IHU just evens that out instantly here. The first picks finally come through. Fallen in 1,000, both go down, so there are no Reinhardts on the field for either team, so it's just going to be full damage. Who's going to find it first? And it will be Lucky Future off of the back of Mellow, and that rally that came through from MZ.
It was even Recall. Recall set up that entire play, getting the sound wave onto Fallen as they were skating onto the walls. Recall pushed Fallen right into the entire team of Lucky Future. You can see in the ult charge not too far away from 1,000, still getting a lot of damage off, but most importantly comes down to that Graviton Surge. You highlighted it wonderfully. The charge still came through from IHU up. It got fully reset, but the Graviton Surge is still going to be there. Mango J actually has the Transcendence, much like Sense for each Graviton Surge. There's no real advantage on this board besides control percentage already.
Yeah, we talk about, you know, Graviton Surges, and Team CC, even though they lose that, IHU has matched Mellow in it, and Mellow will be the first one to toss down the Graviton Surge, and it'll just be a wipe for the Lucky Future. IHU does use the Grav at the end of that fight, though, so that's a little bit unfortunate.
That's the one you're going to want in your back pocket. They use the Transcendence, and they try to commit with the Graviton Surge. Team CC did not get any eliminations and did not get any headway into that fight. I suppose the one difference that was unspoken was Roses with the self-destruct, and that's what I'm talking about. You're going to see these two teams playing 3-3 through and through, right down to the bigger bang combinations. So important to shut down that Transcendence with a self-destruct. More importantly, take away the shield continuously from Fallen. And now Team CC are at a real deficit. They have the Earth Shatter to go with the self-destruct, but you can see just a really good engagement from Lucky Future off the top.
Yeah, they push in. Shatter comes out. Fallen can't quite find anything with it. 1,000 doesn't get anything with his either, so neither Reinhardt finds a good Earth Shatter there. CC uses the beat in Lucky Future. They just back up, right? They don't even try to engage into that, and that ultimate will unfortunately not find a whole lot of value. And CC, they've got no support ultimates right now. So Mango Jai has to really build up this Transcendence quickly, because Lucky Future, you look at Mellow right now as he's just melting members down. Got to be very, very close to that Graviton Surge and have nothing to counter it. But Mango Jai is doing a great job of kind of matching that charge. But Mellow, oh, eaten up. Nice play there. Now, there's no Graviton Surge. They have to use the beat to try and sustain the team, but it's 99% for Lucky Future. They're just looking to end it right here, right now. OT ticking down. Fallen finds 1,000 at the very beginning of the fight, and he finds Roses as well. Here's a big opportunity as IHU does go down to recall, but still an opportunity for Team CC to finally find themselves some point percentage. Drops the Shatter, can't find anything. Mango Jai with the Transcendence waited that one out because they didn't need to use it to counteract Mellow's Graviton Surge because it was eaten up. Now, there you go. Team CC, they've got the point, but they can't breathe quite yet. Lucky Future is pushing back into it with 1,000 Earth Shatter. Everybody's calling the Graviton Surge, the beat, but no, you're seeing BK cut off from that, and that is not what you want to have happen. IHU running back with the Graviton Surge, but can they make it there in time? Bomb over the top, doesn't find anything. CO use the beat in that last fight, so they're just gonna have nothing. They're only gonna have the rally to try and sustain them. Graviton Surge off onto the wall here. 1,000 caught into a charge, comes through from Fallen, but it's not gonna find anything. Transcendence out from Sins. This fight is still going, Panda. Lucky Future does get the recap here, but 99% is there. CC cannot afford to give this one up. They need to continue to push in. 1,000 so low, but he's almost got the Shatter again. Can he find one here? He's gonna have to back up for the time being, though. It's about half HP. Drops the Shatter. Gonna be blocked entirely by Fallen there. Read him like a book. Headed bound over to the library. Mellow tosses Graviton, but no, it's on the opposite side of the point. No value from that whatsoever. Team CC have now got ultimates in the bank. They're looking for him. They dropped the Shatter. They did actually sneak the recap through, so they are building percentage during this time. IHO catches MZ, but he's going to get charged into the wall. Isolated from his team. He will be able to kill out 1,000. Finally, Team CC can breathe, and so can I. That was a long fight.
Yeah, grab some water, man. That was a heck of a fight. That lasted so long. One team fight will decisively will win this stage for Lucky Future. They hardly have any tools to do it. Team CC can play reactively here along with IHU's Graviton Surge. If they can get this off before Sins gets his final bit of charge, it's going to be huge, but all he needs is one volley, and Sins is going to have this Transcendence ready. But VK has the self-destruct enabled, so Lucky Future, they need to be on their toes. They
Combo.
don't have a sound barrier for it.
Look at all this. Look at all that CC. TCC living up to their name, definitely. They're
Aha.
knocking them all back. Delaying that push.
Big.
Nice bomb from Roses to take down CEO and VK. VK was demech there at the very beginning, so that is why he was able to find that pick. And this is just going to go definitely, dominantly towards the Lucky Future to wrap things up.
That self-destruct was unassisted. Mello didn't have the Graviton Surge. 1000 didn't even set it up with an Earth Shatter. This is just all coming through. Just fantastic play of all three supports for Lucky Future. I cannot express this enough. Recall is doing the best disruption I've ever seen against Fallen, just really making it hard for the main tank of Team CC to keep both their feet on the ground, and that's just so difficult. I don't know how many of you have played main tank in this current patch, but when you can't keep your feet on the ground as Reinhardt, you cannot block shatters, you cannot block any of that damage, and you cannot keep yourself in front of your team, and that just pulls out so many resources, and that's where Lucky Future do so well. Proper Discord Orb targets from Sense, and everything else is just Swiss cheese from there. Cut them down. As we load over to Sanctum, parity across these two compositions. Team CC will go with the 3-2-1, the Super McCree comp from IHU Up. Lucky Future going for the Winston composition to 3-3, so a lot of backline pressure. IHU Up does have the CC available to combo along with JWJ.
And Mello gets a lot of charge off that one. Team CC not playing the Zarya here. You're seeing CO hang up top, looking to see if Lucky Future comes in. Can he find the boop? Something we see a lot of Lucios do. Right, if they're confident they can do it, he drops down. Doesn't find the boop this time, but 1000 just gets flashbanged and absolutely annihilated. Lucky Future chilling out on the point. Might get the first cap, but Sin's really going to be the only one there for the time being. And hey, maybe he can 1v6, but he's probably just going to back out. That's what he does.
Yeah. Since putting on his best Zenyatta impression, MZ getting the trade on the JWJ does not even matter. It'll come through momentarily as long as they can deal with this
Can
Brigitte.
Lucky Future actually win this?
And nobody's dealing with MZ on the point. It's taking so long to deal with this Brig. They're putting so many resources into fighting this point that the rally comes through, and now Lucky Future have point control.
That's very impressive, and Rico will find VK, so that's going to be the nail in the coffin as CC backs out. That was a very, very impressive fight. Just MZ and Sins, they do it.
Yeah, putting on... I was going to go with the joke and just hide it, or just defending Mandata's gold here on Sanctum, but since getting a lot of value in the Discord Orbs early on does have the Transcendence for their worth, getting a lot of early volleys off, and able to help out MZ. That rally was so clutch. You see JWJ 30% shy to their first rally. Now Team CC struggling, throwing out their ultimates already, going towards this Winston to go for a counter dive instead.
Yeah. You know, they were really banking on winning that first fight, and they do, but then they don't, and now they have to swap up their composition, so they lose that ultimate charge, and you're seeing 1000 very close to that primal rage, which is so important when you're this close to the edge. You're seeing it there. IHU Up, falls victim, goes into the pit, recall, sends him down there. 65% in counting for Lucky Future, and they have the man advantage right now, but oh no, 1000 jumps away, and CO just gives him a bit of a redirection during the middle of his flight, and ends up in a bit of a sticky situation, not really the destination you want to end up being in, and that'll just be CC winning out that fight with a nice boop there onto 1000, really facilitating that.
They're giving up too much control percentage, though. Much like the previous stature on Sanctum, had they had pulled the trigger faster on just collapsing on the point, they have had man advantage so many times. Even when Sins went down there, didn't even have to use Transcendence, because look at your charge for IHU Up and the Graviton Surge. Doesn't even have grab. 40% shy, in fact. The Team CC are truly struggling, finding their footing here on Sanctum as the re-engage comes through for Lucky Future.
Trying to find an opportunity here. They got 5 ultimates, 1000, the only one that doesn't quite have it. Mango J caught out, and the Transcendence is forced out. Disaster strikes because Lucky Future just waits it out, and then they pop their own rally from MZ. Big opportunity for them, but the Graviton Surge they have to deal with first. Bomb over the top. Oh no, VK finds 2 as 1000 and Roses go down. He's matching Roses for that last map there, as CC will continue to build up point percentage.
That self-destruct was so clutch from VK. Sure, you're not going to have the bigger bang combo coming through with IHU Up's Graviton Surge, but you are welcome to take that. Fallen was going to go down regardless with Primal Rage. Graviton Surge got absolutely negated, even with the Transcendence too early from Mango J. And now Team CC, they have point control. They're about to have Graviton Surge and this rally to reinitiate. They can cut through Lucky Future's support ultimates. They'll be able to win this stage.
All right, well, that's what it's going to come down to. Baiting out the support ultimate. No! The Transcendence, though, still used from Lucky Future there. They just need to get the the sound barrier out, and they will be able to have the advantage here as CC cleans up off the back of that recall, saves the support ultimate for this last fight.
Very, very unfortunate there. Team CC will still be able to win that fight. Lucky Future, they only threw the Transcendence away, so they'll be able to reinitiate here with Sound Barrier. Last team fight scenario for Team CC to take the stage, and take a look at VK has another self-destruct, able to find one, if not two, always consistently with these self-destructs. Doesn't even need a Graviton Surge. Lucky Future now with the Sound Barrier.
They're looking for that to engage here. They're on the point, trying to get it. OT ticking down. We got members on it. Team CC, they're actually not contesting.
Look at the
this. They do seed it. They want to take the fight on their own terms. They don't want to have to fight for point control. You're seeing the 1000 takes a big chunk of damage. Has to use that Primal Rage, so staying alive for the time being, though. But that Primal
Melo's about to have the grab.
Fallen goes in for it. Melo so close to that grab, like you just said. Big opportunity for them there. Roses doesn't quite have the bomb yet to follow up on it, but that, of course, could change.
They don't have support ultimates for
grab in. You're seeing the Transcendence as well coming out from Since as CO falls to the grab. 99 to 99 for both these teams. If Lucky Future wins this out, they will win Nepal, but the grab is in. Oh, Roses, what on earth? This man absolutely decimates Team CC and scores Lucky Future the win. That bomb, that's how he's ended up both these past two maps. Just the bombs from him have been absolutely stellar.
And that's why I said at the beginning of the show, you gotta
That's
VK
why
and
you
Roses, bigger bang combos. When you have self-destruct 3D chess going on from two different D.Va players on
40.
two different teams, it gets 40. Yeah, it gets insane here, man. I forget all these different
It's
dimensions.
crazy.
Yeah, I get lost in the dimensional rift myself sometimes. But yeah, Lucky Future taking it 2-0. That second stage a little bit more competitive than our first one on Village. All things considering, it was because of just well-coordinated team play coming there at the end. More importantly, it was just from VK able to eat what was more than necessary. That final Graviton Surge from IHU up almost won them out that fight just because the Transcendence from Sins came out too early. I think Lucky Future were just struggling trying to track the ultimate charge. Not that it's always easy to track how much damage Zarya is doing because you are running 3 tanks, always getting a lot of damage off in this current patch. But it's hard to keep track of a Zarya that's not charging Graviton Surge consistently, much like yours is. And you take a look at some of these
Let's peep these
wonderful
highlights.
highlights.
Look at the bombs.
This Graviton Surge was actually clutch in a way that it actually cut off the LOS. You highlighted it during the cast that CO put down the sound barrier, but it didn't get to VK. So the DMEC came through, and then everything else was soon to follow. It's just, again, very clean Overwatch coming out from both these teams. It's
Wonderful
just a
stuff.
little bit squeakier from Lucky Future.
Yeah. And, this is kind of what we predicted, is that both these teams would be very, very close. They are kind of sitting right next to each other in the standings. But, well, that ends at our first map. Second map going to come up very, very soon after this break. And welcome back to Team CC versus Lucky Future. We are coming right back into Blizzard World. You see the score there. Lucky Future up 1 map, winning out Nepal 2-0. But we're still very, very close, Panda.
Yeah, still very close, and that kind of sets the pace here for Blizzard World. Again, Group B has yet to play on this map in particular, but for Hybrid itself, both Lucky Future and Team CC are 1-0, or 1-1 rather. So pretty even across the board. One team will be breaking ahead. If it's anything like the previous map of Control, and it gets down to those scrimmages of Ultimate Economy, I think it could go in Lucky Future's favor. Very interesting composition coming out here for the attack. I mean, for defense, I don't know why you would go anything that isn't 3-3 for Team CC, but Lucky Future building around 1000's Hamster. They're going to go for the Soul Support Quad DPS.
TFE? Is that you guys? Oh, no. That was last match. My bad. But Lucky Future putting on that shirt for this map, at the very least. You did see them play that 3-3, and they look very fantastic on that. So, hey, why not flex onto these DPS roles? But Rose is not going to be quite so lucky, as Mango Jai will find that first pick onto him. So, CC maintaining control of this point for the time being.
Fallen just swinging out of anguish. He can't hit the fair directly. So that meme in a nutshell right there, just hanging out. He's just like, oh, you come down here, fair. You just wait. But look at MZ just doing a good job corralling, displacing, disrupting. Good pile drive from 1000.
Yeah, 1000 on this Hammond, looking good so far, but Songbu's gonna find Mellow there. So, does get hit with that direct hit rocket though from MZ, who's got the barrage, but they really, really, really would like to DMAC that D.Va, and they're gonna do that with the barrage. Nice from MZ. And that'll just secure the point cap for them as well, Panda. Very, very good plays. I'm gonna applaud that one.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And as you do not need to adjust your eyes, Song Boost is in fact in for IHU up. Still went down, 63% charge to the Graviton Surge. Again, Lucky Future doing a good job with their DPS composition. They're stuck in between Rockets and a Hack, and even a hard place too, as they find themselves into the secondary attacker's spawn. Really struggled to break out of there too, especially against high bursting compositions. You have Roses poking you in the back, Mellow trying to get dash resets, Rockets in the front, and then you have to deal with the hacks. So by the time you even try to get onto an isolated target against Lucky Future, Team CC just get pile drives bopped up and then they get damage boosted down. So look at this long flank. They're going to be scouted out though, because since on the Sombra has the EMP ready.
He's just waiting for the opportunity to pop it, but no! The accidental shield bash, or was that calculated? I have no idea. But they're going to get 2 kills there. And JWJ swings onto Mellow as well. Recall will bring MZ back into the fight, and that aerial damage is so important because CC, beyond the Zenyatta, can't do anything about that. The Mines from 1000 there did get that 1 kill. That's going to be all they're going to find.
Good stuff there from Team CC. There is a slight sound. Oh, EMP!
4 members caught into that Song Boost so low. Nice job from CO. They're able to avoid it and drops the sound barrier, keeping everybody nice and healthy. Since, meanwhile, drops very, very low. Is going to be able to get healed up. Swaps back over to the Zenyatta. So Lucky Future moving over onto the 3-3, it looks like. Yes.
Yeah, they give up everything, including the barrage. There's no point. You're not going to find any value in that Team CC. Fallen's actually coming back far, so they have to give up some cart presence here. Just fall back right above the terrace, so that way they can wait for Fallen on the Reinhardt. Good poke damage coming here from Lucky Future, trying to get a little bit of ultimates as their entire economy got reset. BK has the self-destruct ready for the reinitiation to go along with Song Boost Graviton Surge. But Lucky Future need to be prepared for this.
All right, and the Graviton Surge is tossed in from Song Boost members. Caught VK though, not an opportunity. Gonna get demacked, and it's just gonna be the standing bomb, and they don't need it actually because they get the rest of the kills just off of base damage from it. And Song Boost getting a little bit aggressive here. The whole team actually of CC getting very aggressive, pushing on top of this little boat stand. Not sure what
this is the play. This is the absolute play. You have Transcendence, Mellow halfway to the Graviton Surge. They know this. They can play aggressively here with the Transcendence, Rien.
They can absolutely afford it. They've got money to burn.
Great shutdown.
And Mellow just going to get completely annihilated there. Since here, caught out, will be finished off, cleaved by that damage from the Zarya beam out of Song Boost. And Lucky Future kind of trapped in their spawn for the time being. This is
Team CC didn't have to infest anything, and now how the tides have turned. Now Lucky Future are stuck inside that little room that is now their spawn, and Lucky Future having to go for the full reset around what it used to be the capture point. Lucky Future still struggling to get this Graviton Surge. Mango J has the Transcendence still in their pocket.
Oh, look at this rally. Absolutely beautiful engage. Shatter dropped right in the middle of that, but 1000 does not find anything with it. And Fallen is just free. Free, absolutely free to destroy them all. Nothing could be done about that one. And Team CC, this is gonna be rough for Lucky Future to push out of. They invested a lot of ultimates into that, and they could not break through.
And Team CC are still building in all of their ultimates. They have the Graviton Surge now, and still holding on to the Transcendence's Mango. So Team CC getting closer to the bigger bang combo. Probably don't even need it. They can just catch them off guard with this Transcendence.
Look at 1000. Look at how much damage 1000 took, pushing into that fight as well. Mellow pops back that Graviton Surge, but he is so low. Transcendence finally comes out from Mango Jai. He was holding on to it. Beat comes through from Recall, so both teams will kind of get evened out here. Song Boost, you see him farm that one for energy. Very, very, wants to always stay juiced up as the Zarya. That damage so important. Mellow caught out. That bomb for BK just tosses it, lobs it. It's a Hail Mary play. He finds the Zarya, and Lucky Future is pushed back again. This is dire straits with 1 minute and 15 on the clock.
40% shy to another Earth Shatter and Graviton Surge. Team CC are firing off on all cylinders here. They have a rally. They can reinitiate very aggressively. Your Lucky Future do have their Earth Shatter available, so they can fight back against this. They just have to... They just have to be on their toes, quite literally. They have to find the advantage of Fallen with this shield going down. If not, MZ needs to pull a flank and get that shield down themselves with the CC shield bash. And
CC, they're just playing on top of that little boat shack, right? They don't need to drop down really for the most part. They can just pepper them as they come in. You're seeing it there. 1000 with the Shatter, still can't survive. And man, we're almost in last fight territory.
Nekrich has officially
cart.
left Mellow in ult charge as well. Roses swapping back in spawn, resetting their ult charge, although it was not much. Just to get the mech back, it's everything, because like you said, Rien, this might as well be last fight territory. Look at them just playing on top of this boathouse, taking the initiation when need be. They go around the side flank. That's all they want. Rally comes through, and they can just disengage.
Yeah, here we go. Song Boost looking to follow up. Fallen gets the charge on the recall, drops the shatter in the close quarters from 1000, and nothing's found out of it. Fallen as well dropped his. Really couldn't even tell what happened there. Just a lot of chaos in that close range fight. JWJ gets the whip shot of the Sins. And that'll just be the time ticking down. Look at the payload. I can't believe that. That's one of the most brutal holds I have ever seen on Blizzard World.
Yeah, that's where it gets locked after it's been pushed back after only going 64.43 meters, which is the win condition after capturing the point for Team CC.
What a crazy win condition.
It's quite the wild ride indeed that we just went on, especially having Song Boost in there. You saw the fantastic bubble management coming through, both for the main tank of Fallen and themselves. Always at high energy, glowing up like a darn Christmas tree. They were, and always punishing. That kind of cage match at the end of that round is the kind that you need to pay for pay-per-view to view. I mean, like that was just absolutely insane. I don't know why you want, if you're Lucky Future, to push into that small room, knowing that you have a plethora of ultimates to combat through, that you almost want to go around the opposite side. They try to cycle through this same rotation twice, and the third time finally getting into the Make a Pack room, but Song Boost was farming Graviton Surge very, very quickly and always had one to shut them down, if not Fallen's Earth Shatter. And Roses, although not having the bigger bang combo always, holding onto the self-destruct for a third life is very smart. They were always shutting down Mellow as it was, so Mellow was never high charge, so the Graviton Surge charge was never coming through. I had noted that Mango actually lapped Lucky Future Zarya.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In Transcendence. That's actually insane. That's how much value they were finding and how little pressure they were having and why they were able to play so aggressively. Just because the front line of all three tanks, Song Boost, VK, and Fallen were playing so well. And that's the passive-aggressive mentality that you need in 3-3. You force 1000 and the entire team of Lucky Future into these errors, and then you just collapse on top of them, whether it's an early rally or it's an early amp it out ability, and now they don't have that AoE healing to come through. Team CC have their win condition in sight here, and they are just a few ult combinations away from it. If Song Boost can charge this Graviton Surge as quick as they did for the defense, this could be over before you even blink. Well, maybe not that fast. They still have to capture the point.
Now we're seeing the 3-3 from both teams once again. Not really much of a surprise, right? Especially not from CC and Lucky Future. They've looked good on it as well, but after that defense, you know, gotta say, Team CC did look very, very great on it. They had absolutely the momentum in their favor as soon as they got that hold going. As Lucky Future kind of has to retreat onto the point for the time being. You're seeing Mellow once again use those bubbles so effectively to build up charge so quickly and, you know, just really deny those picks. But nice boop! Did you see that one? That was absolutely brilliant, and Fallen will be able to finish off 1000, and it's just full retreat right now for Lucky Future. Without their Reinhardt, it is so difficult to win these fights, and I don't think they'll be able to re-engage. If they choose to, it'll be very, very hard to win this out, and they just
you give it up
to CC. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to feed that grab to Song Boost.
Yeah, you give it up. CO saying see ya to 1000, just booping them into Team CC and collapsing on top of them. Finding a lot of value in cleave damage and fire strikes. I mean, that's the benefit of being the defending Reinhardt. You get to throw those down lane. Yeah, we'll have the Earth Shatter before Fallen, since finding a lot of good poke damage as well. We'll have the Transcendence nearly, but not in time for Song Boost Graviton Surge. It is online. They can poke, and they can find this map right here, Rien.
Absolutely. Since though I'm watching
there
him,
it is.
Look at that charge, 97%. Will there be enough follow-up? He builds up the Transcendence in the nick of time and will be able to save his team. Fallen here. Earth Shatter under the payload. Catches two members. The counter comes from 1000, and the CC is there to keep Fallen away from the team. But Mellow's Graviton Surge is gone from VK here. This is what it's going to come down to, Panda. If Team CC wins this fight, they win this map, and VK looking to do just that. Absolutely bombing out his opposite number of Roses there, who was out of the mech to use that bomb of his own. He can't find anything with it since isolated, taken down on the side here in CC. They even up the series. We're going to a 1-1 as we move into our map 3.
Quite the different feel than it was on Control, Rien. And yeah, one difference, one swap coming in, Song Boost in for I Eat You Up. I'm not going to say it made all the difference, but I think a good little break in between those two maps did. And what you got to see was that controlled aggression coming through. Even when the quad DPS composition came through, they were still able to re-engage properly with their ultimates and really punish time and time again. I wanted to highlight it earlier, but the team fights were happening so quickly because of the spawn camp that we were having from Team CC, is that there's a little bit of a sound cue that comes through from Sombra when you are actually detected, and you can see them on and off on your screen. Fantastic usage of that slight exploit, especially for Team CC. I can't give props enough to that shield bash that came out there from JWJ. Just to stay in the back line, watching CEO's back, watching Mango J's back, knowing and communicating with the team that the Sombra was behind, and once that detection came through, boom, instant shield bash, shut it down. You didn't get the EMP out, but still, you were able to reinitiate off that wild flank, knowing that Lucky Future knew where you were coming from in the man advantage, and that resulted in resetting Lucky Future's ult economy and absolutely rolling them over, especially and even on attack too. I mean, that is just well-composed Overwatch. Not even ult combinations, not even ultimate management, but even resources and cooldowns.
Yeah. Taking a look at these highlights once more. Lucky Future, they started off that Blizzard World so strongly too on that first point, capping that with that quad DPS comp, and then as soon as it went over to the 3-3 CC, they came in and they meant business. And I mean, you see it here, right? Just how quickly and how dominantly they defended and then attacked. It's just great stuff, really, from Team CC.
Even business has its casual days, Rien, and that's when you go to a theme park and it's named Blizzard World. And such casual play can always come off of when you have Song Boost, always high charge, quite literally farming all of the tanks of Lucky Future. Having Graviton Surge almost every other, I would probably say 45 seconds, if not a minute 15, was that charge rate on defense. I mean, that's just impressive enough. Really controls the tempo of the entire match, and you see Team CC just able to reap the benefits because of it.
Well, we've tied up our series 1-1, but there is much more to come if those first two maps were any indication. We'll be back to bring you Horizon Lunar Colony after this break. Just a couple seconds earlier, you couldn't hear it though, so eloquently put it, Horizon Lunar Colony, because we love this map.
I can't believe you actually went through with saying it.
Yeah, it was too good. It was too good to pass up. You know?
It really is. It's a Horizon at that. Everybody's favorite game variant on everybody's favorite map, Horizon Lunar Colony. I'm actually a big fan of Assault, and I think we could end up seeing these two teams really showcase why. It's the adaptation that gets played across the long, grueling matches that can be extra innings. One thing to take in consideration, both these teams, in fact, on Horizon Lunar Colony, have yet to win. So they are both 0-1 on this map in particular, as you can see on board. Lucky Future, nice little dive defense. The Winston 3-3 Team CC scouted out. They go with the Reinhardt 3-3. Gonna rotate and try to punish 1000 immediately. Oh, he missed the jump!
Or did he get booped? It's one of the two. Either way, bit of a disaster. He's able to get back up in time, so they are able to mitigate that. And yes, I eat you up back in for Song Boost here. Rotating players out, preventing that player fatigue, perhaps. Always something you got to keep in mind here is that the physical well-being of these players, the physical health. But Team CC pushing in, trying to get that first tick on the point, and Lucky Future just gonna hand it to them. Will they hand them the second one is the question here. Yes, they do. Okay, Lucky Future wanting to get their best possible engage here, put their best foot forward, and they try to do that with their Winston here. JWJ actually a bit low, but MZ will be the first one down. Mello raining down a lot of damage from up above, but CC still winning out these fights.
I mean, sure, you're going to play Winston for second. Team CC will win this out eventually. They just win this out just by existing on the point alone. They make Lucky Future come to them. They make them look for the dive. But because Team CC are playing so close together, what is 1000 actually going to dive? He's going to tickle everybody quite literally. MZ only 55% to the rally, where JWJ is going to be able to walk in with Team CC in theirs. This is going to be huge, Rien.
Yeah, they're looking for the snowball here from CC. They've got the Graviton Surge. They have the tools to do it. Can they just assemble the IKEA couch? That is the real question here. Recall gets the first boot, falling down. CC, they will have to back up. So, the couch falls apart.
Just putting down the foundation of this build so far. About to have that Earth Shatter ready and available. You have to wonder if Team CC, if not going for the combination with VK Self-Destruct inside IU Up's Graviton Surge, will try to bait out this Transcendence early from Sins, as they know Recall will have the Sunberry eventually. 1000 though, onto the Reinhardt. They can burst down the shield and find value in Fallen's Earth Shatter. It could set the pace of this fight.
Yeah, Lucky Future though do have the bigger bang combo of themselves, but Team CC gonna use theirs first shatter out as well, but Fallen will go down. Boop up, and VK able to find 2. Greatly facilitated there by the Lucio, but Roses responds. IHU up down. So Lucky Future, even though they might have be down a few more members, they do have the spawn advantage. They will be able to return to the point faster. So CC, if they want to try and get point percentage here, they really got to kill up as many members as they possibly can. But Melo's Graviton Surge is going to remove CO from the fight. JWJ solo, and MZ finds him. CC still fighting this fight, but they can't quite get that first tick.
They invested so much into a lost fight. They didn't even get a tick off that, and they were expending resources, especially their support ultimates, where it didn't even need to happen. Since didn't even pull the Transcendence into IHUF's Graviton Search because he got immediately negated off of just support cooldowns. I mean, MZ's going to have this rally defensively. Now Team C are really at a deficit. They need to build up their ultimates to even see presence on the point. You can see Lucky Future understands this is why they're playing so aggressively.
Yeah, Lucky Future. Hey, we saw this from Team CC on Blizzard World, right? They did this to Lucky Future. Lucky Future, they want revenge. They're bringing it right back to them, but somebody's in the backline. I have a feeling it's CO. Yes, it is. Chilling out there. He's going to be able to amp it up and escape, maybe. Yes. And that does drive Lucky Future back. So they respond really, really well to that.
Yeah, and they got the rally out from MZ. That's actually very important because the armor actually dissipates. It's going to go down here. Since with this Transcendence, it's going to be the difference maker in this fight. 1000 hasn't been consistent with these Earth Shatters. Fallen needs to block this. Team CC might actually be able to get a tick off this fight, Rien.
All right, here we go. CC, want to get the tick, but Fallen, no! Just gone, and the Shatter is wide open. And this will just be, once again, Lucky Future finding if Fallen goes down early. That's tragic, and oh no. Oh no, not the stagger. Not the stagger, please.
Yeah, I mean, the passive from Pilot Diva is almost inevitable at this point. If LaFon hasn't taught you all in the previous match, I'm going to let you know that Pilot Diva does have a hidden passive that you will be staggered for almost an eternity. Look at this pressure coming onto the spawn camp. Yoink!
Oh my goodness.
My spawn now, says Lucky Future. They just will now go all the way back. But that's very important that they continuously do that because they won the fight essentially only off the Earth Shatter and the initial elimination on the Fallen. They're going to have 5 ultimates in this fight. Graviton Search again from
Grabbing Mellow, and they just wipe the floor with him. Wow.
Winning fights off of one ultimate here is very ideal for Lucky Future. They are catching Team CC at an absolute deficit here, and it goes all the way back to that first team fight where they used about 4 to 5 ultimates and to no avail, not even getting any progress. We have now been in this exact position for about 3 minutes.
I mean, you just see VK there sitting in spawn. He's just staring at Lucky Future. He's like, bro,
hey there.
Please don't do this to me, dude. Bomb in the backline, Roses tries to toss it in and find members, but oh, who is this in the backline? It is CO. He's got to deal with Roses, though. He's got to fight him, and he's just going to say, nah, he's going to dip.
We got to get out of here. And he's going to be able to have the sound barrier along with it. Will get eliminated MZ, catching that frog before they get back to their tank, aka the spawn room. And Lucky Future again. Yeah, the time went down here in the in this little area, this courtyard area in between B and A. You know, it's one thing to spawn camp your enemies. It's another thing to continuously win these fights off of 1 or 2 ultimates. Melo has another Graviton Surge. Mango J has a transition.
Oh, what a shatter! Mango J is there to respond to that. But now, this is the huge opportunity for them because they can just toss in this Graviton Surge and there's nothing they can do about it. But Team CC trying finally to follow through on this bomb. So many ultimates are being invested into this fight from both of these teams, and everything is finally wearing on down. Fallen drops the shatter but can't find anything as 1000 just swings away and somehow comes out of it alive, but not for long as MZ finally finishes him off.
And now we're back to where we started.
Yep,
back into the spawn room for Team CC, but Lucky Future don't have the chain lock tank ultimates to keep them in place anymore. They're still going to hold aggressively here. It will play in the defender's favor if they trade ultimates, they trade lives, because you're not going to see life on the second point unless you have man advantage. Team CC look to engage
and rally
again.
comes in. This is the engage Lucky Future wants, is they move in with a rally, they speed boost in, and they just try to steamroll over CC, but the rally going to wear off now. Lucky Future still has the shatter in their back pocket. 1000 looking for a bit of a sneaky one on the side here. Drop it past that Reinhardt shield. Can he get it? Fallen knows exactly what he's going for, but he gets booped almost into the team. CO goes down. Bomb tossed in from Roses. Doesn't find anything. But Lucky Future, this is absolutely brutal. This is just decimation we're seeing from them.
Yeah, if that self-destruct was thrown a little bit closer and landed on top of that biodome, that would have been absolutely insane. It would have actually caught a lot of members of Team CC now. It's still building up the ultimates. They have the Graviton Surge, but Sins has built another Transcendence for it. Mellow again, high energy, consistently has another Graviton Surge. Transcendence very early from Mango.
Transcendence from Sins as well, but MZ caught out from that nice Earth Shatter that comes through, and Fallen is able to secure that. So 2 kills come through. Now 3 as 1000 goes down. This is where Team CC can finally get some point percentage, but is it too little too late is the question, because there's only about 10 seconds left on the clock, and hopefully they cap it before it reaches 0.
You have to capture as much progress here. Even if it's in overtime, a win condition is still a win condition. They're not going to get time here, Rien.
Oh, they do! Wait, did they?
I think they actually have under a second.
Like 0.1 seconds?
I think they actually have 0.1
wow.
seconds. We're gonna have to wait to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it was just there. I didn't think they were gonna have enough time, but they deal with the spawns very effectively, and MC didn't shield bash to the point in time that it might have just been right there. And if they actually have time, the win condition gets elongated. They might actually be able to push into extra rounds here, Rien.
There you go.
And that's very important, especially for how decisive that defense was for Lucky Future. I mean, spawn camping your enemy on assault for that long is unheard of. You hardly ever see it. But when you have ult economy and you have resource management, and Team CC are the attacking team against Lucky Future, and they're throwing 5 ultimates into a lost fight, I guess anything's possible.
I mean, hey, they knew when to hold them. They knew when to fold them. They knew the cards. What can we say? Pretty sure I butchered those lyrics, but yeah. Horizon Lunar Colony, guys. You love to see it. Oh boy. Well, I mean, really the question on all of our minds is, did CC actually have time in the bank? 0.1, 0.2 seconds? Because that alone matters, right? Not because, you know, they're going to use that 0.2 seconds to, you know, win the entire map. I mean, hey, you never know, but
setting up time bank is still setting up time bank again.
Exactly.
I mean, having that extra round is pivotal, especially in these high staked games. I mean, sure, you're not fighting for a first or second seed this early on, but you're still fighting to keep yourself in the running for playoffs, which is still huge for both these teams.
That's very important.
You want to be as far ahead of Guangzhou Academy as possible, our previous match of the day, who's encroaching on that 4th spot for playoffs. As we get a look on our, it's 1 second.
1 second exactly. Wow.
1 whole second.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beautiful number sitting up there. Team
I gotta
CC,
go grab a dust broom because my jaw is on the floor.
They've got to be very, very happy about that. Lucky Future, they swap over to this this dive composition here with a somber Genji dive. You know, something we've seen quite often. Hopefully Lucky Future are able to push through and find this, but they got to deal with all these snipers from Team CC.
They have the Ana though, very immobile, very open to the headshots of JWJ, can also be open to a lot of different abilities at that. Double sniper from Team CC at that, so it's going to be very hard for Lucky Future's Ana to move and traverse across this entire field. Once you move out of one sniper's sightlines, you're stuck in between another 2, and that secondary is actually Mango J on Zenyatta. Yeah,
but Lucky Future, they played well around that. They took control of that right side there with the Genji MZ and then Roses as well. So they isolated all the snipers onto the left side if you are the attackers to prevent those sightlines from coming through. So Since was able to find shots.
Nice
yeah, you're going to see the kill onto 1000 there at the very beginning of that fight, and then Mellow as well goes down here. Team CC, though, they've done well to draw a lot of time off the clock here. Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, which is, you know, almost about half the time you get.
And you see Lucky Future's tanks are just poking. They're trying to create frontline space so that way Mellow can find their way in and find a hack so that way they can go full in, which is why Sins has the nano boost already. Getting a lot of good heals off, but no pressure and space created fully for Lucky Future to find footing on the point.
Ooh, Mellow.
They're building up for this nano blade, and they will have the EMP too, but Team CC can just play reactively. How aggressive Lucky Future plays is 100% going to be reacted. Now Fallen comes back on the hamster, so a counter dive is possible.
You're seeing JWJ there toss down the Bob as the Nano Winston will finish off that Ashe. So a lot of that damage is gone, but the Mercy will be able to bring him back into the fight. But while that's happening, Fallen takes a big chunk of damage. Of course, Mercy can't heal while she's resurrecting. So Fallen, you know, Lucky Future almost saw their opportunity there. Lots of low health members. Sin's going to be the first one to go down. Roses popped out of that mech here. MZ goes for the blade so low. And Mango Jai will finish them off there. they don't get 2 ticks. Not quite. They're only 2% off. If they can sneak off that second tick, you would love to see that happen. They do. They get it. So Lucky Future, this is a great
PK
position
gets this
for them to be
remake
in
off.
right now.
Oh.
PK, no. Finished off before he can find that buy. Rose is here. Now he's pushing in onto JWJ in the backline. Rose is actually still holding onto this bomb. Could toss it down in the middle of the point and try to clear members off, but they don't need it. And Lucky Future will cap things out. 5 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. They need to push second point quite quickly.
They had to use a lot of resources, though. The
They
EMP
did.
Blade will be swapped off. MZ going over to Brigitte, Mello to
3-3.
Zarya. Yeah, you're going to have that 3-3 composition. Since will probably keep for the nano boost to help 1000 get that tank charge, going over to the Reinhardt now. I mean, early Earth Shatter. If Mello gets a lot of charge like they had in that spawn camp situation, that you can get a very quick Graviton Surge, can throw Team CC off as they're taking the swaps themselves. Fallen going to be a little bit late. Nah, not so much, but yeah, since a little bit late to the party too. Team CC does have the Transcendence, so they can play very aggressively here, knowing that Mello doesn't have the Graviton Surge.
Yeah. Wonder if Since just looked away from his keyboard or his monitor for a second there, because he just kind of walked into the corner by those plants.
You're on the
Maybe
moon, man. You got to take it in.
Yeah, maybe he just wanted to admire them, you know. But I guess being on the moon is really not a notable experience for these players.
never
They've
been
probably
there.
seen this so many times. But 1000 moving in here with that nano boost we were talking about. Can't quite find an opening. They do, however, get that the Transcendence out from Mango Jai. Shatter was dropped down there by Fallen. Look at the charge he's getting, by the way. Already up to 52% of another one, as Roses will score that first pick onto Mango Jai. 1000 getting a little bit low by HU up, but VK, still members on Team CC, are dropping for the time being. 1000 low. I don't know how he's been kept alive through this fight, maybe by sheer force of will, because it's kind of crazy how much damage and focus fire he's taking from Team CC, and yet still is able to stand strong after it. And now they've almost got 2 ticks on the point. Melo's just going to toss the Graviton Surge into the backline, and iChubby's like, hey, how could you? And just tosses it one right back onto him. Mango Jai over onto the Bastion here, wants to kind of get this shred damage from the side. Shatter comes through though from 1000, and the nano boost comes from as well for the follow-up here. But here, Mango Jai, tank mode already. What can he do with this? Can he even things out? Roses takes a hit, but he's going to be able to survive in the shield. Wonderful shield play there from 1000, just moves up and tanks all that damage. And this is kind of falling apart for Team CC. It's so very close to getting this, and maybe Mango Jai, if he can find a pick here, he does get the D-Mech. Mello down, Roses as well. Mango Jai on the Bastion, able to turn things around. Oh, how the turntables. And Mango Jai is going to run back here and swap back on over to that Zenyatta, but hey, Bastion.
Cycle the tank configuration in that entire endeavor.
You'll love to see it.
They wasted so much time too. Getting them down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds is the biggest part of that engagement.
They do get
taking all of those resources too. Lucky Future pulling in a lot of resources. I mean, that fight was almost winnable at a multitude of times. Now Team CC with a battered ultimate economy have to be careful of the self-destruct coming in.
Bomb. Everyone's gonna be able to, you know, find their own ways to avoid dying to that, but Fallen dies to the fire strike, comes right after. Oh, what a shatter from 1000. Just knocks everybody flat on their backs, and this will be Lucky Future just finding this point B. VK tries to remac, but he's not going to get it. So 2 minutes and 17 seconds as opposed to the 1 from Team CC.
But it's still that 1 second that's going to come in so clutch. Had that 1 second not come through, extra rounds would not be able to be played for Team CC. So Lucky Future will defend first, having the bigger time bank. Team CC will have to try to adapt against what they were facing on the first hand, and that's probably one of the better parts about Assault. But you know what's both huge takeaways is Lucky Future not being able to deal with that Bastion effectively outside of his tank configuration. I mean, a fantastic job of just again splitting resources, keeping the Bastion alive for one. And on the other hand, for Lucky Future, using their shields very effectively, Defense Matrix included it inside of that the defensive capabilities from Roses. And all things considering, you can pull out the cheese play at the end of the day. If you give up too much space and you give up too much time for ultimate economy, is where the attacking team is always going to find value. And to answer your question, before that entire skirmish ended up going off on point B, the reason why 1000 always looks like he's near death and always staying alive is the Inspire uptime from MZ. The biotic grenades coming through from the Ana of Lucky Future were always used very sparingly and always defensively. And you can see that amp healing will always be around 1000, and when the Inspire uptime's right there, that's a lot of healing. Even if the Lucio swaps over to healing for a split second, that Reinhardt's going to be up to full HP all the time. Sin's doing a great job on Ana.
Very, very, very nice. You've educated me much, Panda. I feel my brain expanding by the second. Team CC rolling out 3-3 with the Sombra. Oh, never mind. He's going to go right back on over to the Zarya. But Lucky Future, what do we got here?
I'll probably go back over to the Sombra though. I mean, you have to consider this. If not a Genji attack here, no Mango actually going over to the Ana. Less damage because dropping the Discord Orb, but you get a good biotic grenade off to the composition of Lucky Future. It's gonna be your opening, but yeah, that's the problem of running Ana. You're very immobile.
20 seconds on the clock for Team CC here, so
you deserve that.
They really wanted to have their Ana in this fight for sure. He's gonna be coming back out, but 9 seconds left on the clock, and
they gotta go.
Somebody's gotta go. Yeah, we gotta move in here, gentlemen. CC pushing through on the side here. Oh, nice knockdown from MZ. This actually gets him in a bad position, but he's just gonna take the 1v1 from Mango Jai there, who's trying to find a good opportunity for long-range healing. And oh no, disaster strikes as VK's D-Mech on the outside of the point. The mech drops, and 2 ticks almost on the point for Team CC for the moment. Able to drop back some members here. IHO up does find 1,000. They do get the second tick. Will they actually be able to cap out first point here, Panda? That is the question. Bob going to be tossed down onto the field. Dynamite came in, dealt a solid chunk of damage. The Nano Diva, nice sleep there. Mello does get Mango Jai, however. And finally, tank configuration comes in from MZ looking for kills, which is blocked. Roses, though, able to find that, and now he comes in from the side and obliterates Fallen. And now it's falling apart for Team CC. They get 2 ticks, but they will be stopped out here. So Lucky Future, 2 ticks. That's all they need.
Yeah, Mango J never got a full rotation off the elimination just because Team CC only had a minute to attack. Got a lot of healing off from range, but didn't get the full value because of the shielding coming through from 1,000 on that Orisa. Fantastic work there towards the end, just really working on the shielding of Team CC. Hardly any shield was left over to deal with the tank configuration effectively. Sure, it was a tank configuration to the back of the Reinhardt of Team CC. It still was enough and still able to set themselves up for success. And at the end of the day, it's still a win condition in our eyes, right? Those 2 ticks are going to be vital for Team CC. If they can hold for a decent amount of time here, then they're going to be able to set themselves up with not only a map victory, but the series, but going into this 4th map with momentum at that, because this is a tight series that you got to remember. So having any win condition at that, we're going back to that 0.1 second, that 1 second horizon. You know, it's that's gonna prove vital in this exact circumstance.
Exactly, and man. You saw that they're that Bastion comp. Lucky Future, they're not afraid to play that, right? Because they know they don't got to worry about second point, ultimate economy. They could just chuck it out the window because they only got to focus on first point, really. If they, with only 20 seconds left on the clock, you know, you go for the gamble. Is they roll the dice and they win this time. And, you know, I would not be surprised if CC, if they chose to play that comp, but no, they're just going to offer the normal 3-3 Mellow on the Reaper. Okay.
Would have preferred to see a Reinhardt here from Fallen. Winston's going to have a hard time dealing with this, Rien, in just the reinitiation. We saw it on Team CC's attack that if Lucky Future just exists on the point, it's going to be very hard to dislodge them.
Yeah. And Fallen, you see him already has to jump out and catch armor packs. Mello will just be focusing him down constantly. Look at the damage that just went onto him.
You got to respect it. You got to back up. It's just so much shield damage coming through. You have to back up here, and you just have to give up the space and then collapse to them on point. You have to get any abilities out from Lucky Future. Team CC need to initiate sooner rather than later.
Team CC jump in. Fallen gets stunned up, catches the bubble. EHU up will get a lot of energy off that, but at the cost of a lot of health and resources, that all the healing. And BK popped out of the mech. Fallen goes down. It's looking not that good for Team CC. That's my prognosis for them at the time being. And they're able to touch just in the nick of time. Transcendence out for Mango Jai. Fallen makes the swap over onto the Wrecking Ball, but will he be able to make it in time? Graviton Surge for Roses, tosses it in. Mello looking to follow up with the Death Blossom here as JWJ goes down, and he just pops it in at the very end. Finds CO, gets the D-Mech there onto VK, but Fallen has made it back onto the point. He's trying to swing around on the hem, but the reload comes through from the Shadow Step, or the Wraith form rather, and we'll just be able to finish off the rest of the house. So Lucky Future, they went out that map. And like you said before, Panda, they move into map 4, Watchpoint Gibraltar, with momentum. That is key.
That's actually huge when you think about it. Heading into this map, it's going to be more dive eccentric. It's going to be a lot of Widowmaker being played. And that could end up favoring Team CC because of their members that they have. If they play Song Boost or IHU up, regardless of the fact, it's definitely going to be a very close matchup. But you definitely want momentum heading into this map and into this series, regardless, because again, two middle of the pack teams fighting off for as many map wins as possible going into the forward weeks. It's pivotal, you know, and going into that last engagement there was very unfortunate. Transcendence obviously too early for the Graviton Surge that was inevitably about to come through. If that Transcendence was used in that aggressive format from MangoJ, all of that charge that IHU up had they been able to burst down the Reaper or even the Zarya, if they were able to shut down any sort of ultimate that was about to be online from Lucky Future, they might have had a shot. But Transcendence was pulled. Resources were too well managed from Lucky Future. They existed on the point, like I said, and that's just very difficult for Winston 3-3 on defense to deal with. That's why you see a lot of teams end up running the Reinhardt 3-3. And even in that last fight situation, they hold so aggressively because they can find value in their ultimates. Winston just has a hard time against most of the attacking compositions because on Assault, you're going to see a lot of 3-3. You can take a look at some of these highlights. Earthshatter City. Lots of Graviton Surges. That boop was massive.
That was fantastic. That was really great. MZ here with the blade. Look at him, 8 HP.
Ooh,
that was MangoJ. Just finish him off. And this is MangoJ. Look at him. Look at him on this Bastion. It was so funny. They shut him down so effectively when he goes into tank mode. But when he's in sentry form, they just seem to kind of ignore him. This either. And this was, of course, MZ playing that Bastion as well. So lots of Bastion play that we were apparently seeing here. And wow.
I'm pretty sure that's why Lucky Future went Bastion on defense too. They were like, hey, you did this. You remember.
Worked, you brought this upon yourselves.
You brought the Omnic War upon yourselves, Lucky Future
Omnic
and Team
War,
CC.
part
Now
two.
now it's gonna be now it's gonna be duked out on Gibraltar too. I mean, hardly any Bastion will probably be played unless it gets all the way to third in a Assault situation. But these scrimmages all the way since Control, except for Blizzard World Lafon, or wow. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Lafon. I know you're still listening to me, but Rien, everybody in this matter too. I mean, Ben Vigil, our producer, I gotta let you know too. It comes down to just sheer engagements are still favoring Lucky Future, and Team CC need to be aware of this. Whether it's Song Boost playing the Zarya or IHU up coming in, they need to figure it out sooner. Song Boost has found more value, but at the end of the day, Team CC need to pull it back.
Yep. Well. Map 4 coming up very soon. Watchpoint Gibraltar. Be back after another break. Map 4. Watchpoint Gibraltar. Lucky Future versus Team CC. They're up 2-1. So opportunity for a match point. Or will Team CC be able to bring things to a map 5? Panda, we had a bit of a substitution come in.
Yeah, Gaga gonna be coming in for Fallen, so it's possibly a little more wins to play. I mean, why not? When you come from their first home of Horizon Lunar Colony, you go to their second home and their hideout of Watchpoint Gibraltar. Makes sense to me. But all things considering, Team CC have yet to win a single escort map this season. It's not looking good on paper for them. To push it into a map 5, they're gonna have to pull out all the stops here. Whether it's a stronger main tank or whether it's going to be flexibility coming through. Their defense can set the pace here with Widowmaker, IHU up, double sniper in fact. CO's going to have a lot of healing cut out for them, especially for a dive defense as Lucky Future looks for the counter dive. I mean, this is watch point after all.
And they're not fighting on the blue box. They're fighting on this platform kind of out in the open here. And they're going to retreat to the blue box after and try to maintain control. But Lucky Future seems to have kind of yoinked it from them, which is good. So Lucky Future definitely wants to fight this on offense. Part of, definitely the hardest part of it, I'd say, is this first point is just taking control of the blue box. And they actually kind of give it up. They kind of concede it. They don't have their tanks to push it out, just their DPS. So, Gaga's just able to drop the shield and maintain control. And you've got, of course, the Widowmaker in the back of IHU up waiting. And 1000 dives in, looking for that kill. And we'll go down, actually, to MangoJ. A little bit unfortunate here. We're just watching Mello try and chase down the kill into Hanzo, but JWJ will finish him off. And this will be CC wiping Lucky Future for the time being.
And like I said, when it came down to DPS v DPS, I think this is where Team CC will definitely be able to shine through. IHU up can just hang out on that perch, find these shots, finds Synths once again, and shuts down the Zenyatta. Though they will have Transcendence for their worth. Support ultimates will be online for all of them, minus the Brigitte for Lucky Future. Yeah, I mean, but how does MC find value in this? How do you get up there and just find Inspire uptime? You just can't. You have to wait for them to come to you.
Yeah, it's very, very tough. Dragon Strike comes through as well. right through that. Mellow takes a big chunk, about half HP, able to duck out of the way of danger. However, CC, they've still got 5 ultimates in the bank. They're going to use this one, the Infrasight, just for that information, so important. To push through these fights, and the Dragon Blade comes in. They don't have the Nano Boost, but they do have the Valkyrie. Since is able to secure the kill onto JWJ, MangoJay has to use that Transcendence because he doesn't want to die to the Blade, but of course the consequence of that is he doesn't heal his team at all with it. It was really just a very selfish Transcendence, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you definitely want that in this fight, and Roses just pops off with the bomb. Gets the double kill, and then wipes off Seo as well, so he picks up the triple in this fight. Very nice for the Lucky Future. That's definitely what they needed.
Well-deserved point A capture there. Not only did they do it with a self-destruct from Roses, but they got a lot of resources out from Team CC. They're taking swaps now, and the split spawns are going to be devastating Lucky Future.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of free card space. The recontest probably won't come through until about halfway of the stage, until Team CC can find a dive to be set up on. JWJ will be going over to the Brigitte, so it will be the Winston 3-3 for Team CC. Bringing the Shield Bash is a smart move, knowing that Mellow will have this Blade. Inevitably, farming off of 3 tanks can come across pretty quickly, but shutting down any sort of dive to keep MangoJay alive is going to set up the win condition of IHOLDSHIFT's Graviton Surge.
And this is, you saw it there, they had so much control. We're going to look at a quick replay. Look at that bomb.
Good placement.
Oh, that is beautiful stuff. Let's come back into this fight. I hear deaths. It's going to be since the first one going down. Blade comes through. Mellow looking for kills. JWJ gone as 1000 follows up, but the bomb even things out. It's a 4v4 now for both of these teams. Can Team CC continue to maintain this defense? Gaga very, very low. Lucky Future swaps come through onto them. They're going to go more towards the very classic 3-3. It seems like 1000 might swap over to the Reinhardt, but I would really keep the Winston here because you need that high ground control. But Mellow on the Zarya should be good. He's looked great so far, and they did match IE well.
Yeah, good patience from Team CC, waiting until now to dive. The shield was dead from Lucky Future, but the rally comes through to fight off here. Another bomb from Roses!
Okay,
Sound barrier was clutch there from Zeo.
For energy, and Gaga jumping up over the top, 500 HP, getting a little bit in the danger zone, but he's going to be able to keep himself alive. And look at that cleave damage. Everybody's trapped in the doorway, and JWJ finds that pick off into Mellow. Gaga dives in, bites off a little more than he can chew. That steak just a bit too big for the Gorilla's mouth. And, well, Team CC back out just for the time being, but they did win that fight. So 2 minutes left on the clock for Lucky Future.
If I ever caught a gorilla eating a steak, I'd be terrified. Team CC,
I would be horrified.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it'd be devastating for my psyche, really. But they have the bigger bank combo, right? VK able to find at least 2 with the last self-destruct. We'll have a Graviton Surge to go inside. And Gaga finds value again, taking down Sense. There's no chance for IHOLDSHIFT's Grab.
And IHOLDSHIFT,
they don't even need it.
Yeah, exactly. They could just hold on to it for the next fight. They finish off 2 of the crucial members of Lucky Future, and
oh, that is huge for Team CC. They have ult economy, and they're able to defend Lucky Future. They have no Graviton Surge from Mellow, being very, very late on this Graviton Surge charge. Not like we saw on Horizon, building Graviton Surge very quickly.
Yeah. And
in previous maps, too. MC has the rally to initiate with. Team CC are just engaging so well.
Yeah, and you're going to see the Transcendence come out from Since here. Graviton Surge tossed in. Bomb just lobbed right into the midst of them. And Mellow and Since, the bubble can't save you this time, Mellow. I apologize. VK will get that kill. And the Winston Ultimate 2 came out from 1000. Gave himself 1000 HP. But it's going to go to waste, unfortunately.
Even the bomb was so well timed that it caught Sense out of Transcendence. That's just that's just a you really hate to see it too.
That is a 9-head play. Yeah, not a 4-head, not a 5.
Absolutely galactic 4-head play right there. And you know, it's down to the wire. 45 seconds. Might as well be last fight for second. Lucky Future will have a support ultimate to deal with. If Roses can build the self-destruct, could help them out. No, you gotta disengage. You better disengage. Oh no, Gaga's not gonna let you leave.
Oh no. He is the bouncer at the door of the club. He gatekeeps Mellow. Unfortunately, it was not quite cool enough to, I guess, exit, which is a little bit odd. You know, usually bouncers let people in, but no, Gaga, he does not let them out. They stay.
I mean, bouncers let people in, but they also keep people out, too. I mean, this is Winston's point B, too, so it only makes sense that Gaga, cosplaying their best Winston possible. Playing very close here, fighting a lot of cleave damage. Look, 50%! Building this Primal Rage so fast!
It's like he's playing Reinhardt, you know, and just swinging into the team to build up the Earth Shatter. It's just crazy stuff here. Last fight, Lucky Future. They need to come up big here in this fight. And MangoJay almost drops there. So Lucky Future might be starting to find kind of the opening that they need. Bomb in. Gaga completely decimated. They layer the support ultimates on the side of CC. That is disaster for them. Mango Jai uses it to avoid the bomb, and CEO uses it to, I believe, try to save his team from the bomb. It was just a little bit unfortunate because now Lucky Future can just kind of push through this very, very freely. Team CC does not have that ultimate economy that they held on to so
they can't get back on
for the rest of it. Yeah, Gate kept again. Another bouncer.
Now they're all out of position.
Many bouncers here, and this is where we're going to start to see the staggers come through. Actually, well, Team CC might get a few picks, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Their spawns are right there. This is really going to only try and even out the odds for CC so they can get some of that ult economy back.
Much like you see on your screen, Team CC more than likely would have won that fight had the initiation came through in time. But like you said, good bouncer for the club, second. 1,000 putting on that mantle this time. Reinhardt playing good cleave damage. We'll have an Earth Shatter for their work. Good paycheck, if you ask me. Team CC building up their ultimates too. They've been winning these fights almost off of one, if not two ultimates here. They're going to speed right in, try to catch as many members off guard.
Oh, the shatter comes through from 1,000, but it's not quite enough as CEO is able to finish him off from behind. IHU up, holding onto this Graviton Surge. Does he choose to use it in this fight? He doesn't need to, but it certainly wouldn't hurt to toss it in. Yes, he's going to save it for the last fight because we are basically in last fight territory.
Yeah, and then Gaga, again, finding a lot of value on Winston starting that fight. Building up to their next Primal Rage. Mello will have the Graviton Surge. Mango J able to do enough damage with the Orbs of Destruction and assist damage with the Discord Orb to have Transcendence available. IHU up, on the other hand. This will be the win condition. Bigger Bang combination coming through. No Transcendence. Recall does have the Sound Barrier. Needs to be on beat with this.
It's got to be perfectly timed here.
Frame one.
With the bomb. Boop up into the air, and Mello's caught. 1,000 takes a big chunk of damage, and he's barely kept alive, but not for long as VK will finish him off. IHU up now, looking to finish off the rest of these members with the high charge Zarya damage. Tossing in those grenades, tossing in that beam. Well, not really tossing, more just like shooting the beam at them. And you're going to see Roses popped out of the mech there, and that's going to be the finish off for Team CC. They stopped Lucky Future at third point and a little bit extra.
Just good work. I mean, like, that's what makes Winston 3-3 very strong. You hang around CO's aura, you wait for the speed boost to come through, and then you collapse on the dive. There's so much high ground, there's so much terrain that if it's not taken away from Gaga on Winston as defense, that's defender's advantage. Probably the best for Winston in that regard. They can always hang up on high ground, drop, save their jump, and then able to jump back to safety too. Just in this time, Gaga was getting so much ult charge and so much value out of Winston that they were building Primal Rage that they never had to really back out by any means. And even if they did, they were always right there to recontest because of how much charge IHU up had. You saw it at the end of there. It flashed at the top part of your screen. That was a 20-player kill streak. That's absolutely massive. For IHU up here on Zarya. I was saying that Song Boost was having a better Zarya today. IHU up is starting to meet with that halfway through. Gibraltar, the win condition is set for Team CC. The golden checkbox of victory halfway through point C. And if they can win these skirmishes as decisively as we just saw from their defense, then we're headed to a map 5.
Yeah. I mean, 20 kill streak. What is that, an attack helicopter? But I guess he didn't call it in. Not this time. He didn't have his streaks. He knows.
He didn't have streaks.
No.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it do be like that, but you know, a Graviton Surge is a pretty good payoff as well off all that charge too. I mean, the entire team of Team CC were playing so
very well.
It was just a different play style, right? I mean, when you have fallen in and you play this very reactive, if not passive aggressive style, and then you swap in Gaga, and then you actually swap out all of that for just raw aggression. It just enables the rest of the team so wonderfully.
Hey,
Team
very
CC,
nice teleporter.
Yeah, right down to the ramp. Gonna find a lot of spacing with that. Team CC just getting some scouting. You wait that proverbial 15 seconds, see what Lucky Future has, and then you swap accordingly. Attacker's advantage, but don't swap what ain't broke. You go Winston 3-3 with this.
Yep. Interestingly enough, Lucky Future, they're running this Zarya on the defense. Not something you see typically, but they want to maintain that 3-3 composition here. And of course, Zarya can chill out on the blue box as well. Jumping down though, she has a hard time getting back up to it, I guess, is the real issue for her. She's got jacked arms, but her legs, she can't jump quite that high. Baptiste can, but he can't be played yet. So Mango J gonna find that first kill onto 1,000. Without the Winston, Lucky Future just kind of has to concede a lot of space. They will have one more re-engage here. An opportunity to contest, but Rose is just going to dive in alone. And, well, not winning an Olympic medal for that one. We'll say that much. But
yeah, when
Lucky
you lose
Future-
the Winston, you just don't get to contest the cart anymore.
Yeah.
And because the cart never stopped for any reason, Team CC just
look at
waltzed
the
it
time
into the 5 minutes. Hey, let's not forget, you start the entire map before, and now you have more time to capture all the way through second. Getting a couple split spawns would be good for them, but they lose VK's mech. Team CC will now have to build that one back up. You don't want to give up that old charge because you want them to be online with IHU Up's Graviton Surge.
Yeah.
Mello is about to have the Graviton themselves, so they're looking for an early initiation, probably not knowing that Mango J already has the trance. Oh, get it
look
out
at this.
early. Good job,
Gaga
Lucky Future.
diving into the back line there. You said it, though. Mango J uses that, and Gaga just obliterated the rest of Lucky Future. Moves in off the back of Mello's Graviton Surge. And whew, very nice.
And now the shoe is on the other foot. Lucky
Yep.
Future playing the terrain very well. They didn't get any split spawn, so they were able to pull off that that initiation very early, earlier than Team CC did because of the capture. Although time is exhausted, there's still Team CC is about to have 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. So
Yep.
with ultimates coming around on
Yeah.
board, only giving up the Transcendence to combatant against the Graviton Surge, which was going to happen anyway, it's still in Team CC's favor. So they
Nice
initiate
move.
with Rally.
Yeah. Team CC time bank, rapidly draining here, and they really need to get it moving, and they're looking to do it just now. Recall so low, but no, he still can't find that. Gaga gets stunned up, and just wonderful peel there from Lucky Future, keeping that Lucio alive, but they can't quite keep their Winston alive, unfortunately. And now we might just see a repeat of point A, where they just back up and just concede all that space to them. They will this time, though, have an opportunity for one more re-engage right before the cart reaches it. Or will they?
No, they will not. And if they do, then they'll be splitting themselves. It has
Oh,
to
they
be
do it.
perfect. Oh, really clutch
1
bubble.
meters. Yeah, nice bubble that comes through. Mellow at a 100 charge. And they do allow 1,000 to get back onto the point since uses the Transcendence, but it's now worn off. Gaga's beat. Soundbear came in as well. Mango J still holding on to that Transcendence, of course, but the double kill comes through for Team CC.
Massive
They just finish
bomb.
everybody off. Oh my goodness gracious. That is a full team wipe we just saw, Panda. See? First we see you now.
That's how much we miss LaFon.
Yeah,
I'm not
we
gonna
really
lie to you all. I mean, like, I just sometimes I just like the comfort of a swole brain, and that's what LaFon has. So, Team CC, on the other hand, not having having a very easy time here, just cycling out self-destructs and coming up on top of the ult advantage, not giving Lucky Future the light of day. They have the Graviton Surge Mellow. They're gonna be met by the Transcendence. Good shatter.
He moves
Good bash
in,
right there.
pops down that Graviton Surge. Transcendence is there, but it's still enough damage that comes through from Lucky Future to finish off those members. That's what happens when your Zarya is high charge. It can pierce through that Transcendence, and he's just gonna get himself back up to 90 charge. Great energy management from Mellow. We talked about that so many times.
Yeah, very good at managing these
start.
bubble cooldowns, finding value in melting the tanks. VK having a more difficult time. That Mellow has been high charge. Graviton Surge from IHU Up.
The engage. They go for the Shatter Bomb combo though from Lucky
Oh,
Future. They find
no.
two with JWJ and Mango J removed from the fight. Lucky Future trying to stabilize with 3 minutes left on the clock to defend this cart from only about 3 meters. It's a tall order, but Lucky Future, hey, they believe in the heart of the cards.
Yeah, and the heart of the cards still spell 3 minutes and 15 seconds to attack this little bit of meters. I mean, that's just under 3 meters that they need here, Rien. So, I mean, one good team fight will definitely spell the end here for Lucky Future, but they understand that. So they have to play aggressively here. This is just like Horizon. You build up these tank ultimates so quickly, you never let them out of the spawn, and Team CC might struggle in doing this. This is just a reprise of Horizon Lunar Colony, though they did cap eventually.
Here we go. Moving on in with the rally, and Gaga absolutely eaten up by Lucky Future. They trade back and forth, though. It's about a 4v4 right now on the point. Attackers, you have the spawn advantage. Mellow has the Graviton Surge if he so chooses, and he might need to, as IHU Up is on a bit of a killing spree, but it's not enough. The graph comes through, but there's not enough damage, and everyone is all falling apart now for Lucky Future. It's just Since left, and he's going to be knocked on the ground. The Omnic turned into a bowling pin today, and Team CC, we're going to a map 5, Panda.
Well-deserved map 5 there.
Absolutely.
Stellar play played out from Team CC. It's that team play that we know and love to see from bigger bang combos, from
Yes.
backline damage mitigation, VK setting up the entire team for success, especially from Gaga's dives. I mean, when you have that key of a dive coming through time and time again. What it just enables is IHU up just to put a common bubble onto Gaga. Upon landing, gets charged regardless. And with that charge, again, IHU up a very accurate hit scan main. Most hit scan players ended up transitioning over to Zarya like you see here today. And now you have a very well-balanced matchup going to a map 5. Between two Zaryas that are relentless on building Graviton Surges, one after another, spawn camps after one another, outplays as far as macro composite from the macro level all the way down to compositions are concerned. Winston versus Reinhardt, especially on Gibraltar with all the high ground. I'm sorry, Lucky Future. I gotta give it to the Team CC every time. I'm pulling in Gaga, playing the Winston variation of it. That was kind of a forced choke point off of compositions alone.
Yeah. And let's just talk about the effect that this map 5 has on the standings, right? Either team, they would have loved a 4-0 here, but they don't get it. They get a map 5, so what does that mean for them?
I think still winning in the series will still pull them ahead regardless of that. In fact, because GZA are still only have their first series victory today, it's still not enough to pull ahead, especially between Team CC and Lucky Future. You take a look at some of these highlights. This is the combinations that I'm talking about.
All
bigger
these
bang
bigger
combos,
bangs,
a lot of cleave damage coming through. See, here's another one too. And not even the bigger bang combos, always just well-placed Graviton Surges. Literally every single highlight. Retaliation Shatter. This bomb almost set up Lucky Future for a good defense there, but it was all for naught. Like I said, in that middle of the craze of that fight, it was a reprise of Horizon Lunar Colony, and although the spawn camp was for a while, Lucky Future were able to show their grit inside the enemy spawn for a good while. Oh yeah. But still, Team CC, they captured that second point eventually, much like they captured that last 5 meters of Gibraltar to force it into a map 5. Team CC are adept, they are enabled, and they are ready to take the series.
Well, the gang goes to a map 5, and we're going to see that right after this break. Two teams, a tale of 2-2. Well, not 2-2, really. More 3-3 that we've seen from these teams, but we've seen from them as well. Very nice. Nice.
Yeah, now we're going to get to learning. We're going over to the scientific...
Oasis.
Scientific control map of Oasis, and this is a lot less parity. Going to be played out here, probably a lot more 3-3. Yeah, University is where we get to start off here, so expect a lot of Reinhardt falling in. Back in from Gaga, but you see that Mei. You see that silhouette away. These walls could really jazz up good walls for Songboost.
Oh, that was a beautiful isolation there. There was literally nothing he could do. Literally nothing. Songboost, of course, back in as well. And already making a difference there on this Mei. This is what you love to see.
Yeah, that's the one difference in between Songboost and IHU. I'm sure they both play Zarya very effectively, but you can see VK taking up that mantle, just allowing this composition to come through. This composition was made probably most popular by a team named CIS Hope in European Contenders, and now we get to see it here on Oasis. The wall, the isolation coming through clutch, and that's why Lucky Future, they take the swaps. They go over to a double DPS composition of Pharmacy with the Sombra, and a dive tank combination. So they're going to try to take this out by taking away the abilities, but Songboost is encroaching on this Blizzard ultimate.
Yeah, lots of damage.
Good isolation
from MZ. Just so much damage from that Pharah, but Songboost can actually play that kind of anti-air role. So, Mei, not the worst pick against that, but 1000 does catch a VK at the very beginning, and Melo does hack Xio as well. So barrage coming on from over the top here. No Diva, of course, from CC to shut things down. It's just Songboost chilling out in the little ice block. Will get thawed out and killed.
So that's the most devastating thing as a Mei. When you come out of your ice block and you have just like 6 enemies looking at you. I mean, you almost deserve it. I mean, you're playing Mei, right? Like, you kind of did that one to yourself. Songboost going over to McCree now, so we have a super McCree competition around Fallen going over to the Winston. Dive for dive, but Recall did enough damage boosting and healing in that last fight. Double support ultimates for Lucky Future are backed up by the EMP. Lucky Future setting themselves up wonderfully for this next fight.
CC's only got the Transcendence here from Mango Jai, and Songboost, he's going to be trying to do his best to shut down this anti-air composition, as well as be on kind of somber duty. Does a lot of damage onto MZ, brings away from the fight for a moment. Ooh, Mango Jai able to get that Transcendence off, either before the EMP or right when it launched it. Did not quite catch that, but bomb over the top here. Okay, Songboost maybe thought he was going to get picked off by that, but he is able to get around that wall and survive, and CC kind of back out. But they gotta watch MZ with the barrage. Ended the last fight, could end this one.
Yeah, once you lose one member of this composition that's not McCree, it's very hard to find any sort of ground. MZ doing enough damage, gonna have another barrage here. It's gonna be very devastating to walk back into. No support ultimates available. Oh!
Nice! Nice High Noon to catch the Pharah. That is one of the best ways to shut down the Pharah, is you use that. But as I say that, Recall is gonna bring it back into the fight. 1000 is caught, but MZ still has an opportunity to win out this fight for Lucky Future if he finds something with that barrage. But CC have taken pretty much control of the point for the time being. Song Boost takes a direct hit rocket and will go down, and out comes that barrage. VK flies up to shut it down and will pick off Mellow. Will not be allowed to translocate out of danger this time. CC still have not capped out the point yet, by the way. They have still not capped out. They are very, very close, but they still can't find it. Since almost knocked off the edge, Fallen trying to juggle him into it, but he's just going to opt instead for just the corner. Beats him up into a pulp. A very metal and probably not very tasty Omnic pulp, but
a recycled pulp. A recycled
Yes.
pulp. Yeah. And Team CC now getting the swap. If Lucky Future are able to win one more fight, they're going to be able to win out this stage. They're going to take swaps over to a 3-2-1 themselves. Team CC answered back with a 3-3 composition. Song Boost has the open opportunity that if this team fight is one for them off this rally of JWJ, can have a Graviton Surge.
Though. Look at Mello, so close to that EMP, and because CC swap, they swapped to this 3-3, but they've been playing basically the 3-3 composition, the whole time.
Right.
And what does 3-3 do? They play together. What is that good for? Sombra, she's just gonna run in EMP all 6 of your members.
It's gonna be unfortunate.
And what we do when you come out, everything is gone. All of your abilities have just been absolutely decimated. Fallen goes for a ride, and he goes over the edge as well.
Later.
Up he goes, and then out he goes, and into the water he goes, and then he dies. And well, Team CC 90% of the point here, but Lucky Future is very close as well. Lucky Future trying to cap things out here. They get the flip on because Fallen was absent from that last fight. And in absentia, he will be returning here very shortly, but needs to build up that Primal Rage very quickly. They need ultimates right now on the side of Team CC. They use the beat that comes through. Song Boost with the Graviton Surge. MZ caught. Recall as well. Here we go, CC. That's exactly what you needed to win this fight out. Rose is going to be knocked into the pit of despair right in the middle of the point. Fallen trying to beat up Sins, but he's going to be able to build up his Transcendence just by farming it off of him as he's jumping through the air. CO just out of range of the Winston Tesla cannon, but no, still not quite enough. Lucky Future trying to even things out desperately. He jumps down, gets into that, but no, the bubble is popped.
Good body block.
And he will die from that. Nice body block as well from the Hammond. Song Boost returning to the point on that flip comes through for CC. 97, 98, 99. Mello finds Song Boost in that fight, and Mello has the EMP as well. Still an opportunity, gonna try to translocate into the back line.
Flip this back.
Nobody
Good
gets the numbers. Mango J has the Transcendence again to shut it down. He's looking for a hack, but he can't find anything. Mango J knocked up. Is Lucky Future gonna be able to turn this around? I don't believe this. It's gone both ways. It's just flip-flopping back and forth as Lucky Future scored 2 kills. Song Boost trying to make something work on the Hammond here, but it's just not enough. He's about half HP. CO dropped as well, and down he goes. Mello getting 2 members. JWJ trying to turn it around, but Roses finds him, and there's the flip. Lucky Future. Oh no, it's not quite over yet. See, Mango J is there, but they finally get it. Lucky Future. They fought for that. That was long.
Fighting is an
forth.
understatement. That was very back and forth indeed.
That was a war.
Yeah, just off of sheer resources, just really good management coming through from both these teams, catching each other off guard. Like I said, Song Boost, Graviton Surge was going to spill the end if they found more than 2 there, because Lucky Future's composition, especially off of the EMP, although they didn't find all of the eliminations in the world because of the preemptive rally that came through from JWJ previously, Mango J still had the armor on top of the base HP. Didn't get to get the follow-up from the EMP. Song Boost had a hard time there, swapping to a multitude of heroes. Actually got 1 shot, one because of the Discord and the damage boost coming through from MZ's Rocket. Moving over to Gardens, though, will be Lucky Future up in this map on the set point victory. Meeting eye for eye, JWJ in the sky as Pharmacy enabled. They're just going to rush back to spawn. Lucky Future, they don't want to play 3-3 against this. Not against the highly mobile composition with Song Boost on the Sombra. It was devastating for them to deal with on Blizzard World. Minus the Pharmacy, it's just Song Boost is Sombra. You need to be careful of. So Mello will take the McCree. Another CC in that flashbang. The Pocket Sand can stop Song Boost in their tracks.
Yep, that's going to be important, but you got to watch out for Song Boost, right? And also, you know, McCree can do very well against this Pharah that we're seeing JWJ on. We saw the impact MZ had on the Pharah in that last map, and well, Team CC, they're looking to leverage that themselves here as 1,000 is going to be the first one to fall. Team CC basically gets this free point percentage.
The world is their oyster as well. Team CC, because they captured the point, they are able to set up this defense on this control point, much like it's Assault. It's so hard for the attacking team now to find an entryway to dive in here. They're just bottlenecking themselves inside the small corridor. That's exactly what JWJ wants.
Song Boost has got the EMP.
Good rotation.
Looking for the hack. No, it's going to translocate back. CC falling again. CC just playing this so well, right? And
they catch 1,000 out.
They always catch 1,000. It seems like in that first fight they killed him, and now in this fight they killed him again. And Lucky Future just has to back out.
Yeah, they catch 1,000 out, and they didn't have to use a single ultimate, Rien. So it's this is very decisive so far. Off of this double DPS composition, setting themselves up with ultimates now. Lucky Future are digging even deeper. Big catches one.
Catches 1,000 and Roses, I believe, but just 1,000 died so quickly that it probably doesn't make a difference in the end. And Song Boost. Gonna get that hack there, and Lucky Future just kind of waiting for the time being, backing up again. But they've really been on the back foot this whole match, and that's not really what you want to have happen.
Yeah, Song Boost sees blood in the water after getting one shot rocketed. He wanted JWJ to try to do the same, holding on to the barrage for a very long time. Roses does get the mech back. It's going to be huge to eat up as much as this barrage as possible because it's going to be devastating. If they can do this 90%. In time, Sins doesn't have the Transcendence available.
Yeah, you gotta watch VK. You gotta watch VK here with the bomb, though. Opportunity to stall out so much. And JWJ on the outside. Not even the McCree can shut him down in time as JWJ picks up 2 and VK gets 1,000. And this is just all falling apart for Lucky Future. This is such a dominating Oasis Gardens from Team CC. This is really impressive from them.
And like I said, when DPS are being played, I would almost expect Team CC to always come through, and especially on top, and that's what we're seeing right here. EMP for fun.
Out this map. Yep. Everybody's down. Hey, Song Boost. He knows the first 3 numbers. He's in.
That one, a little more decisive than the previous stage on University. So City Center will decide it all. This entire series going the distance as far as maps are concerned, and stage 4, this last and final one, will set the pace. You almost have to wonder if Team CC will not fix this well-oiled machine. Song Boost's Sombra, again, is just set up so well by Fallen and VK. I've been playing very reactively to how Lucky Future is playing. More importantly, just counter-diving 1,000 and catching him off guard just allows Song Boost to be an absolute pest in the background of Lucky Future, charging up that EMP very quickly. And when you are just being corralled into the place, not being hit by hacks, you're being hit by direct rockets from JWJ. Will be the speed out of spawn from CO, immediate swap to Mercy. That well-loaded machine ain't going nowhere. Lucky Future are going to go tit for tat. We have a mirror matchup on our hands.
Yes, we do. It's gonna come down to
Sins.
The Pharah battle, and oh my goodness, Song Boost and Mango Jai just absolutely destroy Lucky Future, and Team CC will get the first cap. Not much you can say about that.
So since is actually going over to the Ana here, and though I would agree with this at a personal level, I disagree with this at a competitor level because you're getting a lot of burst damage down. Going Ana gives you that sleep dart potential to shut down the Sombra more directly, and you have the hit scan capability to shoot at JWJ in the sky. But going Moira in this regard, as much as it would pain me to say, it gives you self-sustain, and it gives the team more beneficial sustain.
Oh, JWJ almost catches Mellow there. 1,000 will go down, and there's the D-Mac onto Roses. It's just, man, Lucky Future seem to have fallen apart after such a strong first map on Oasis.
And they reset their entire ult economy too. Look, recall swapped over to Lucio, dropped all of the Valkyrie charge. And
EMP.
Yeah, now he has the EMP. There's no defensive ultimate ready for Lucky Future. They don't even have a single ultimate to fight against this, Rien.
Yeah.
So Team CC are really setting themselves up well here, that in this Pharmacy Sombra composition, they are darn near uncontested against when Lucky Future is playing against them.
Yeah, MZ looking for that there. EMP comes through. Once again, 1,000 and Roses caught off the back of that, and they will be the first 2 ones to go down. Man, this is so tough for Lucky Future, it seems.
Yeah, they're going to finally get a fight here with ultimates. Going to be Mellow's EMP. MZ goes back over to the Pharah. Recall, even if they go over to Mercy, it really wouldn't be that bad. They probably would have had a single ultimate by now, but this might as well be a last fight territory if it's not won decisively. Team CC doing a fantastic job setting themselves up. Nobody can get to the raid boss that is MangoJ right now, landing these Discord orbs and setting up Team CC. Oh, that EMP is
That's
good.
how they get to him, but no, he drops down into safety, and VK still even finds the pickoff. This is disaster, really, for Lucky Future. It's just very unfortunate as CC just time and time again, no matter what Lucky Future throws at them, they're able to counter it, and man, it's...
Yeah, Team CC are putting on a hell of a performance as far as keeping their backline healthy and sustained and peeled for. EMP, 50 HP to the Zenyatta's name. MangoJ just now pulling out the Transcendence into overtime.
99%. Overtime coming out, bomb over the top. EMP gonna be dropped down, catches 4 members into it. Rose is not gonna be able to DMAC because he tossed that bomb in. 1000 MZ already gone. Bomb in from VK, looking to end out this match with fireworks. Roses knocked up out of the mech. Milo able to get there in time and hack Song Boost, his opposite number on the Sombra, but can he finish him off? No, because the support is there. MangoJ decimates Recall, 99% of the point. Once more OT ticking down, nobody's there. And that'll be CC with a 3-2 victory over Lucky Future. It was a very, very close match, and they're able to win it out in the end.
University was very close, but Gardens and City Center, not so much. Recall did not have a single ultimate all through that last stage, swapping 2 times back to Lucio and then to Mercy. Lucky Future were stuck in the tall grass in a forever battle. They did not know how to combat against the Pharmacy Sombra composition. I always call it a corral-based composition that you're stuck in between a hack and a direct rocket coming through the Pharah and Sombra respectively. But it's also just well enabled by Fallen, who got subbed back in for this control map as Winston. VK always finding a lot of value too. And that's not just pressure and cleave and damage. It's also peel. We saw that set up wonderfully. A 4-man EMP could not even eliminate MangoJ. When you get EMP at Zen, you have 50 HP.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, you're just a single tap away from Sombra, and that defense matrix coming through so clutch every single time. The amount of composure that was showcased on those final 2 stages of control is the Team CC that we've been waiting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you saw it there, right? The peel for MangoJ was just fantastic, right? Because CC, they know. Right? They know the amount of value that he's providing, and they want to keep him alive. Matrix, like you said, and then the Mercy healing as well. He doesn't die. He lives through it all, and
he's their raid boss.
He is. He is the Zenyatta raid boss. Take a look at these highlights. That first map, Lucky Future, opened up so well with that EMP, or not the EMP, rather, the barrage. Then you saw Song Boost there as well. And then just a great 2 series of kills there to open up this last match. And
oh, that's with the nano boost. I actually completely missed the nano boost. Good direct rocket during the barrage, but you know, unable to find any sort of point pressure along with that Ana. Again, I would have loved to see the Moira actually come out, maybe slow up the pace a little bit, give yourself a little bit more self-sustain, because even when 1000 was looking for those dives onto where MangoJ was placed, where he got EMP'd, was where MangoJ was playing that entire stage of City Center. And when 1000 was going for those dives, they had no sight lines of either the Mercy or the Ana, so no healing was actually enabled, and the dive was so far that that Roses couldn't even chase as Diva to keep them alive with Defense Matrix. So it was just a massive disjoint, desync, and a very long map 5 series that Team CC were able to traverse through to win. It was very impressive. The adaptations coming through mid-stage, or mid-set rather, with Song Boost coming in and out on Sombra and Zarya. It was very fun to see both IHU Up and Song Boost be played to such high caliber. Yeah.
Really, really great stuff that we saw from Team CC, and you know, they needed that win, and
for sure
they found it, and that's definitely something that will definitely benefit them in this long 5-week series that is Chinese Contenders. But our next match, let's talk about that. Battle of the Gamers, LGD Gaming and Billy Gaming. It's going to be a good match for sure. Early thoughts, Panda? What do you think?
I mean, Billy Gaming, you're talking about one of the strongest academy teams coming through versus LGD Gaming, who are still trying to find their traction into this into this entire season of Contenders. Billy Gaming undefeated, looking to keep that streak alive.
Yeah.
They have yet to drop a single map versus LGD,
Woo.
who have a very strong lineup. But, you know, Billy Gaming have been creating a lot of waves thus far into the season. Expect a lot of explosive main tank play. 3-3 play again as these two teams duke it out in our next and final series.
Yep. And we will be there for it after you guys watch a couple more ads. I mean, come on. What's a few more? You know what I mean? But we'll be there after that. And hey, LaFon's coming back, so you know you want to be there.